So a few years ago, me and a group of my friends who are musicians, we identified the problems that streaming services and the transformation that they triggered on the market, how it influences music and how it actually destroying music and destroying its future. That's why we came with Soundoshi in order to try to balance what Spotify is doing on the market. We'll start with the problems that were created during the last 9 years in this industry. So the first ones are subscriptions, and subscriptions are loved by people because they are so easy to use, but at the same time they create so much of hidden problems that mostly affect artists, and mostly affect artists from countries like Nigeria or like Poland that I came from. So we are on the lowest possible tier of monetization, and therefore we struggle to compete with the majority of industry and with the mainstream labels that are promoting their own artists. So subscription model basically makes Spotify the king that is in the absolute control of how the money flow in the industry looks like. Also, the second negative impact that Spotify had on the market is that it almost completely eradicated the sales of the music albums. And what does it mean? It means that during the last 10 years, the sales of the physical music albums that used to be main driver of revenues of the industry, they went down almost 90%. So here you can see the example how actually Spotify system looks like. So each time, every month, we are filling it up, topping it up with $10, and then we basically are losing the control over what's going on and what will happen with this money. So you might think that if you are listening to your favorite artists, then you are actually supporting them in Spotify. But it's you can't be further from the truth, because what is happening there is basically your money is being used to finance the foreign artists from United States and UK that are being represented by the major labels. And why is it happening? It's happening because major labels are the prominent stakeholders in Spotify and every other streaming service. So it's like the self-propelling machine for them, where they have access to unlimited promotion because they can choose what they are promoting over these streaming platforms. They are creating music, they are putting this on streaming services, and they are propelling this with views. So they are making hype around it, and this way they are promoting any piece of music or any topic they would like to. And actually your money in this system, you may listen to only Nigerian artists and only your local music, but basically what is going on is that 95% of your money that you're putting into this platform will always go to the places that you might even don't want this money to go to these places, yeah? Because it might be music that is not really something you want to support. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this music is going to American artists. So what's happening also on the other side of the industry, so among smaller labels and publishers, is that they don't really know what's going on inside this black box of streaming services. So all of the knowledge is being built on the yearly reports they are getting from Spotify. So there is a problem with something we were already talking today, with the trust. That is the most important ingredient of the business. And these platforms, they are not caring about building the trust between themselves and their customers and artists. And its reason for that is simple. they are in different business actually, because Spotify and other streaming services, they are not selling music, they are selling subscriptions. And that's the only thing they care about. And we have a big problem with that, because music is a force that can be used to do good or to do bad. And we think that right now music is being used to do more bad than good, just because there is very small group of people that are really controlling how the flow of the money industry is working. And to be honest, we think that we are really past this era when the whole world is really spinning around United States and their own culture. Yeah? Music is the force that can promote different cultures and bring a variety of thoughts to the world. And tell me how your artists from Nigeria, for example, can compete with United States if they have all of the tools to keep you silent. That's how it works. That's why we created Soundoshi, and Soundoshi is the solution for this problem, and it's actually a simple solution that is not going to revolutionize this industry, because we are not aiming to kill the old, but we are aiming to balance it in order to make everyone equal in chances to achieve the success. And we are doing it through a few ways. So the first one are direct paid streams. So on Spotify, the streaming system works the way that artists, for example, that you are listening to from Nigeria, they are being put into one bag with every other artist in the world. And then the revenues are being split equally to the views, traction streams that are being generated. And at the surface, it might actually look fair, but if you go deeper into it, you will realize that this is the system that guarantees the control over where money is flowing to Spotify and major labels that are stakeholders in Spotify. Yeah, so you're paying money, you're listening only to your artist, but then Spotify algorithms that they can feed with the views, with artificial views, because Twitter was proven to have fake users, Spotify for sure had them as well, are being just used to dominate the industry by American culture. Yeah? And how it looks right now, it's subjective opinion, but for me, they are bringing the bad values to the world. And direct paid streaming is direct answer for this problem, because here no one is being compared to anyone. Each time you stream, you pay 1 cent or 1.5 cents. 70% of it is going to the artist and to cover all of the copyrights that are necessary. And 30% is going to Soundoshi as our commission to maintain this system for you. And probably something that I'm most excited about, which is music NFT, Soundoshi Digital Vinyl, which aims to reinvigorate this market, this retail market of music, of albums, that was almost killed over the last decade. So Soundoshi NFT is basically the music carrier of the 21st century. It's completely digital music carrier that includes all of the positives of the physical albums. So it works the way that all of the data that you are using when you are listening to this music is being actually stored on BSV blockchain in native form. The way that it's almost like the permanent storage of data that can be further used and put into the product like NFT to guarantee that in the future it will be still accessible and it doesn't matter really who produced it. So if you are gonna buy these music albums from Soundoshi, and if we in a few years will fail on the market, the money you already paid for the music is gonna stay with you. And more, if you're gonna buy music in this form, it's truly yours. So you can sell it, you can give it to someone as a gift. Basically, it's tradable. And what comes with digital format of it is that we have the opportunity to actually deliver it into any digital environment, so we can actually marry the music and gaming in a way that was previously impossible to be done. So to further support artists, we also have ticketing system where we can distribute, or artists can distribute tickets to their events on their own. And further on, if their customers, if their users are gonna attend these events, real or in metaverse, in exchange for the ticket they're gonna burn, they will get the reward, which we call memory NFT. And we are gonna seek the ways how to provide artists with the tools to airdrop these memories live during events. And of course, we are supporting other types of NFTs that are able to be monetized by artists. So we have all kinds of digital merchandise as the preparation for marriage of music and gaming as well. Artists can generate lyric snippets of their favorite pieces of music and sell it as interactive NFTs. We can sell album covers separately from the music, and we are able to also sell music videos, video clips to add additional way of monetizing this content. So Soundoshi is Web3 scalable music metaverse infrastructure that is going to provide your artists with the fair way to compete with the mainstream, that they are not going to be ripped from their money, and you also are not going to be ripped from your influence, because Spotify is stealing the influence from you by the way how it's working. Yeah. So even if it doesn't really matter if you want it or not, by using Spotify and listening music on it, you are supporting the American culture at the expense of your own culture. Yeah. So it's almost impossible to compete, and music is arguably the biggest cultural force in the world right now, and it really influences youth, really influences kids to follow some behaviors that are being shown to them by the music that is being promoted by Spotify right now. And that is very dangerous, because it comes to the monopoly of all of the system, yeah? Because they are self-propelled, so they have their own streaming platform, they feed it with their own music that they are creating, and they promote this music on their own platform, so we have the circle without an exit, where they are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. By the way, in blockchain world, we called it proof of stake, and it's horrible. So what we are going to offer, we are offering scalable wallet API infrastructure that can be plugged through basic programming strategies into any digital environment. So it's going to enable possibilities for artists, labels, and publishers to sell music in form of NFTs, so as a retail product directly in games, or provide it to the games as, for example, rewards for the players. But at the same time, it led game creators to bypass the music licensing system by introducing players into the direct stream payments, so they can pay for the music directly during their own games. We of course providing the new music carrier As I said before, so it comes with all of the benefits of the physical carriers, but with no disadvantages of it. So it's fully portable, it's digital, accessible through your phone. You can listen to it anytime you want for free if you're gonna buy, and it's gonna stay with you no matter what. Okay, so Soundoshi is the blockchain as a service infrastructure for music industry that can take artists, labels, and publishers to the new revenue streams that are arising right now in this changing industry around metaverse and so on. So, as I said, based on Bitcoin SV blockchain and using its extreme scalability and efficiency, we can build the tools for the industry that are gonna open top layers of metaverse, including creation, content distribution, and creating experience to estimated 750 million people in 5 years from now. So why we decided to choose BSV blockchain? It was actually kind of twisted because we first started using BSV blockchain to build various solutions, and then we decided to actually go into the music because of the reasons I pointed before. Yeah? So music is huge force, and it can be used for good and bad, but it's also the huge marketing platform on top of which we can build the success of this blockchain. And it was one of the reasons we actually focused on the music. So BSV blockchain is the only honest blockchain in the world in terms of its capabilities and opportunities that it's going to provide to developers. Next slide, please. So quickly, let's go through revenue streams of Soundoshi. So first one is minting of the NFTs. So we are gonna charge very small amounts, fractions of a cent per each NFT that publishers, artists, and so on are creating. We are targeting the mass adoption, yeah? So we are not going to sell this music for extraordinary prices. What we want to do is follow the Apple Music way before they switch to the subscription model. So we'll be able to buy each of the songs for a reasonable price of around 70 cents to $1. And you will be able to sell it further in the future. We are taking sales commission on top of every transaction that is being generated on our platform. So from each stream and from each NFT, we are taking small commission, smaller than Spotify, to cover our needs. We have monetized social interactions. So if you're going to support artists and you're going to promote their content, and that's funny because you can promote their content on different social medias because we recently got integrations with Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And we can create scenarios to directly monetize activities of the fans and marketing, organic marketing that fans are providing to their favorite artists, and benefit these active fans with small amounts of money. And further on, we of course want to create SDK, software development kit, to support integration of Soundoshi and gaming. So it's going to be the tools for game developers based on Unreal and Unity engines. And I just want to point that the prices, the amounts of money you see under the Spotify column, they are calculated on their information, yeah? On their information about average outpayments per stream, which are completely dishonest. And we talked with artists, we have our internal statistics, and it's almost 10 times less than they are paying right now. So we can easily be 20, maybe 30 times as profitable for artists from discriminated regions as Spotify. Next slide, please. And we are following the path of maximum scale. Yeah? So we acquired strategic customers among music distributors that are the companies that are not directly responsible for how the industry is looking right now. But they are the biggest content aggregators, and they have all of the necessary rights for us to actually create NFTs and provide music in this direct-based streaming. And we succeed to get two biggest music distributors in Poland, which is Emozyk and Kayaks. And we already talked about Satoshi Block Dojo in our video. It's the first BSV incubator. So if any one of you have the great idea for a product that can be built on BSV blockchain, it's arguably the best place right now to start and to sign up for. So just to summarize everything, Soundoshi is the music app that can change this industry for better by not killing everything that it's inside right now. So we are not going some revolutionary way. What we are thinking is more about the evolution. We want to support regions that are discriminated right now from the Spotify model. We want to counteract to this monopoly that Spotify right now have on the market and to the way how they can decide where this money is going, because we believe that every one of you who is listening to music should have direct influence over where this money is being spent. And right now, in Spotify, other streaming services, you have absolutely zero control over where this money is being spent. As I said, 95% of this money is being spent on artists that you're not even listening to, and that's just wrong. Thank you.